First of all, happy Pride Month. What a way to start this month. Very amazing. An image was released for Pride Month, showing Helena and May from Arc the Animated Series. This isn't scripted. If it was, I'd probably talk a lot more about the text in the image, and none of it talks about, the show, but it talks about Pride Month and the importance of having diverse characters in media, which I very much agree with. And honestly, one of the reasons why I like Arc so much. And I am very glad, last year and this year, they've made a message about Pride Month, and I'm very glad that they are choosing to mention it, choosing to acknowledge it, and also making donations as well. And it is really good to see that the people making the game are so supportive. There's been other places and companies that say that they're supportive, but then when they get the tiniest bit of backlash, they reverse it, and they take away that support. And honestly, I think it's very cowardly to do that. And this isn't scripted. I'd have a lot more to say if it was scripted. I just want to thank the people involved with the show and the game and at Wildcard for choosing to support us, because that means a lot to me, and it probably means a lot to a bunch of other people too. The very exciting news that I really want to talk about. Originally I was going to save this image and make a video about both images, the one that they shared in the roadmap and this one, because there wasn't really too much going on here, except it's kind of implying that there will be a romantic relationship between May and Helena, but now I'm not so sure. There could still be in the beginning of the story, and I'm fine with that. I just don't want them to remove Diana, because that's what I was really worried about. Because Diana's one of my favorite characters. The story with her and May is my favorite part of the story. And while it wasn't why I got interested in the story, it's probably the reason why I stayed as invested in Arc and its story. I definitely would be disappointed if Diana wasn't in the show, and I'd probably end up being less excited for the show, knowing that May and Diana's story isn't going to happen in some way. However, Dolly on Discord confirmed. Okay, I don't want to say confirmed because it's not completely confirmed, but it's heavily implied that Diana will be in the show, because somebody asked where Diana was, and Dolly said that she's later on. So, obviously this isn't outright stating that Diana's going to be in the show, but I assume that means Diana is later in the show, which is great. It's very exciting. I don't know when she's going to appear. There's only 2 seasons confirmed. I'm hoping it doesn't get canceled before then. I think almost every time I've talked about the Arc show recently, especially with the other new image, my main question was, what part of the story is in each season? Because it's gotten very complicated and confusing to try to figure that out. So honestly, I think this is just one of those things where we're going to have to wait and see what happens when the show is out. Or maybe the image is just to show 2 of their lesbian characters. I just want to get this done as soon as possible because I am very excited for Diana. One of my favorites in the story. I'm glad she's going to be in the show. I don't want to say that she's going to be in the show because it obviously hasn't been officially stated that she's in the show, but that's probably what this means. She's in the show.